Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and what we all predicted is coming true, and it's really starting to hit. Recession is looming, and the economists are predicting this, and we're not entirely surprised. Now, we all have to blame the people who voted for these idiots because they're technically the ones that did this. Unfortunately, we're going to have to live with the damage that they caused. Let me go directly into the article so that you guys kind of get an idea what's going on. And we even have some prominent people calling some people out. Well, not necessarily, only a little bit. Recession predicted in 2023 for U.S. economy by economists at major banks. Two-thirds of top economists of the United States' largest financial institutions are predicting a recession in 2023, according to a survey conducted by the Wall Street Journal. Primary concerns cited in the survey of 23 primary dealers, including those from Barclays PLC, Bank of America Corp., TD Securities, and USBS Group AG, were a dwindling of pandemic savings, a decline in the housing market, and a tightening of lending rules as potential warning signs of an incoming recession. The prediction follows a year of soaring inflation, accompanied by rapid interest rate hikes by the Federal Reserve that have risen from nearly zero in March to 4.5% by the year's end. The Federal Reserve reportedly plans to continue its increase to 5%, down 5.5% in 2023. Economists predict that this will force unemployment rates above 5%, resulting in millions of Americans losing their jobs. The central bank doesn't forecast a decline in interest rates until 2024 at the earliest, as it attempts a balancing act of attempting to lower inflation levels without triggering a recession. If inflation began to increase at the beginning of 2022, rising at its fastest pace in 40 years. It currently sits at 3 times the government's preferred rate of 2%. American savings during the pandemic from decreased spending and government stimulus measures have started to dwindle, as consumers increasingly dig into whether rising prices of most products, from groceries to gas. Households have increasingly had to take out lines of credit to afford their lives, as total household borrowing increased by $351 billion between the second and third quarter to a total of 16.551 trillion, the fastest increase in 14 years. The highest rates have hit the housing market particularly hard, as mortgage rates continue to soar and home sales plummeted. Banks have also significantly tightened their lending standards more often than not, an indicator of an incoming recession. Out of the 23 primary dealers surveyed, only 5 believe that there would not be a recession. Credit Suisse Group AG, Goldman Sachs Group Incorporated, HSBC Holdings PLC, JP Morgan Chase & Co., and Morgan Stanley. Jeremy Schwartz, senior U.S. economist at Credit Suisse, one of the 5 banks that didn't predict the recession, wrote of the outlook for 2023. Several historically reliable lead indicators are sending recession signals, but in our view, these measures are unable to correctly gauge recession risk in the current environment. So, that's what's going on right now. But here's the thing, and I'll probably get into it a little bit later to what I've been talking about, is that the recession is going to hit. It's been projected since 2020, ever since Joe Biden took into office, because he pretty much announced what he was going to do, and he's been at least saying very truthful to that. So now we're seeing the actual immense amount of damage that's going on right now. Thanks to the new $1.2 million spending, which cannot be reversed, by the way, is that it's going to be becoming a lot worse. Remember, guys, it takes time to tell all this stuff to take to an effect. Spending has to occur, and then after the spending occurs, you have to see the inflation, etc., etc. All this stuff takes time. But once it does come into an effect, it becomes a huge issue for all of us involved. It's not really a great thing. In other news, we have Cardi B slams Biden over inflation. Rapper says grocery prices have tripled and is outraged. Lettuce now costs $7, as she calls on the president to put this down. Well, I don't know about that, because it won't likely happen. He can't put that stuff down. I think what she has to understand is that once they put in that 1.2 once they put that 1.2 million cost thing down, or spending bill down, that is what really came into effect. That's what's going to really start damaging and hurting things and stuff like that. So he can't do anything about it now. It's been signed, it's been done, it's going to go through, And once it goes through, we're all going to suffer horrendously. And unfortunately, you, Cardi B, you are also one of the people that voted for this as well. So you kind of get to see. And one thing I don't like about this as well is that Cardi B has slammed President Biden for soaring inflation she says seeing grocery prices triple and a lettuce cost rise to $7. While the wealthy rapper does not specifically name the president, she angrily demands anybody that is responsible to bring prices down immediately. Well, Cardi B, you know who it is. You know it's Biden because he's the only one that's enacting these laws. It's not really that bad to see on who is doing it. Call them out. Call them out fully. Because we do know that the people that you voted for were Democrats. The reason why it's getting worse are the Democrats, so just call out who it is. The rapper 30 revealed on Wednesday that she budgets every week to avoid going broke despite her $62 million net worth. She urged officials to address the crisis, especially for the middle and lower class who might not be able to afford the soaring prices. They won't be able to afford the soaring prices. We'll see a lot of businesses start having layoff thousands upon thousands of people. We're going to be seeing people losing their jobs, which is also again layoffs. We're also going to be seeing probably kids going back to their parents because they can't afford the prices and stuff like that. It's going to get really, really bad, and we're going to see the true damage of it. When I go to the supermarket, I'm seeing that everything tripled up. That like lettuce was like $2 a couple of months ago, and now is like $7. The rapper said in a video posted to Twitter. And I have a big platform, so I don't want anybody that's responsible for these prices to put the shit down. Well, again, you voted for these people, so it's also your fault. I mean, granted, I will applaud you for at least calling them out or calling this out, but you need to call out the names. The names need to happen because that's the true cause of this. So, again, we're seeing here that she has really an immensely expensive house, which you could sell to help your profits, obviously. But yeah, we see this. But here's the thing, guys. The bill is going to start coming in, right? The bill is coming in, the recession is coming in, but this is also due to the recession as well. This is also down to where we decided to cut businesses off for a whole year and do all that major stuff, and then we expect things not to get damaged. We are seeing the damage to where kids are doing horrible in school now, and where businesses had failed, people lost their jobs, etc. We're seeing the damage of that now coming into a full effect. They're feeling those effects now. The next effects are going to be the actual spending that's going to be happening, which they'll feel that effect even worse. So, and not only that, guys, here's the other part. When Biden went to Saudi Arabia to go beg for gas, well, guess what? Our gas prices are going to increase this year as well because they said F you to Joe. So now our gas prices are going to soar up, which means everything else is going to soar up as well. It's all connecting, and it's all going to be really, really bad. Things are not going to be good. People are not going to be able to survive or sustain themselves, and it's going to be horrible. These things are starting to catch up, and it's only going to get worse from here. This is what understand when you people vote horribly what happens. The only way we can get out of this, and hope to God we vote Republican at some point. At this point, almost any Republican, just to get us out of this, because we need something that can restore this issue. We're going to be feeling it. It's going to be bad. I feel so sorry for you guys that have to suffer for this, but maybe the people that did vote, that are Democrats that are watching this, maybe we'll see who the actual cause is. The people that you voted for are causing the damage that you're seeing. When you cause so much spending, this is the issue. So, we'll see what happens. It's not going to be pretty, guys. I hope we all can make it through it, because we at least have 2 more years of this BS before we can say it's all good, and hope to God that everything we'll be able to pull through. Stay safe out there, guys. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.